Can I tell you what I've learned? I have learned that if anyone tells you that they are independent, that individual is lying. An old wise man once said to me, no one is independent because we all depend on one another to some degree or another, in some way or another, in some form or another. We all depend on one another. And that's true. We depend on the farmers, the fishermen, to get food produced from the land, or the fish that are fished from the oceans, the lakes, the streams, the rivers. They have to work in tandem with others who might clean and package for distribution those food items, who then work with the distribution companies, the truckers, the freight, train, whatever it is, to get those food items that were produced in those fields, out in those waters, to the stores, which when they get to the stores, these particular food items, they have to be handled by yet other people to be unpackaged and placed on shelves and all of that stuff for us to come and then choose which ones we will purchase. All in all, that was a process that relied upon multiple entities, many individuals, to get the product from one location to another, because we all depend on one another. We're not independent. Who you are right now, this day, is contingent upon, let's just put it this way, dependent upon where you've been, who you've encountered, who raised you, who influenced you. You didn't come to your understanding as of today based on your own merit, based on your own strength, your own ability. There's a term that I was taught back when I was very young, tabula rasa, R-A-S-A, which literally means blank slate. And that is the state or the condition that we are considered to have been born into, a blank slate. So if that slate was blank, your mind, that is, was blank at birth, it had to be filled with something by someone. That means that you are dependent upon something, someone other than yourself, to get to who you are today. None of us is independent. What point am I trying to make? I'm trying to make this point. And it's what I started with. Everybody who tells you that they are independent, I don't care whether it's a male, whether it's a female, you can look at that individual and know. You can even look at that individual and say boldly, you are lying. You are not independent. Everything you do, everything you have done, and everything you will do is going to be based upon something or someone else. It's not just because of you. First and foremost, the Creator, YAHUAH, had a hand, a whole thought, a whole hand, a whole word, because he spoke us into existence in creating us. And so if you were so independent, you would have been in charge of your own creation. You would be in charge of your own demise, 100% completely. You would know the exact day, the hour, the location, all of that stuff. You would have that under wraps, under lock, as we should say, because you're independent. You don't need anybody else. You don't need anything else. You're not influenced by any other factor. So you're lying. We have to humble ourselves and realize that the Most High is in control, and the Most High puts in our paths those things and those people who are to assist us in the way that we are to be assisted, and we have to be humble enough to receive that assistance. Sometimes it's that very assistance that the Most High gives that helps us to level up, to go from one place to the other, one level of faith to the other, one level of barakah to the other, and also being able to help others in a deeper way, in a more extensive way. But we have to be willing to be humble to know that we are not independent. Even Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us to trust in YAHUAH with all our hearts and not to lean to our own understanding. What does that mean? That means we have to depend on Him. We can't depend on our own understanding, because oftentimes that's very faulty. So we have to literally depend on the Most High, you all. So, end of the message, end of the story. If anyone tells you that they are independent, that's a liar. Now, Just because you were hurt by somebody along the way, or somebody's plural, that's one thing. You can perhaps let go of them or try to let go of them, but that does not give you strength nor ability to rightfully say that now you're independent. You've cut everybody off. You're in your own world, doing your own thing your own way. No, as long as you're breathing, you're going to depend on somebody. Even if you go to these folks' hospitals and so forth, you're dependent upon somebody. Somebody's got to wipe you. Somebody's got to make your bed. Somebody's got to bring you your food. Somebody's got to give you your IV. Whatever it is, you're always dependent upon somebody. Be mindful of that. Be mindful of that. And I guess the last thing as I close is this. Some of you don't realize it, but you're still standing here because of somebody's faith to be prayerful about you. Somebody who prayed faithfully about you. My mother used to say, we're all standing here on somebody's prayers. Somebody has interceded before the Most High on your behalf, just like Moshe did for the children of Israel. So you're not by yourself. You're dependent upon somebody else. Peace and shalom.